Some mistakes made by Hansi Flick during the Athletico de Madrid Barcelona match. Hello guys, hope you guys are doing good. Today after all the dust is calm, everything is calm, Champions League has passed. We know our semi-finalists. Now today we're going to talk about some mistakes made by our coach Hansi Flick during the match. And the video will be in two parts. The first part, that's the first 5 minutes, we'll talk about some mistakes made by our coach, why we didn't qualify. And for the second part, we're going to talk about, I'm going to give you my best XI, my uh, 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 best XI, that's both teams combined. I know UEFA is due to come out with their best 11. I'll give you mine personally, both teams combined. I'll combine the Barcelona team and the Athletico Madrid team to give you my best XI. So we start with the first. Some mistakes made by Hansi Flick that led to our disqualification. First of all, Hansi Flick started the match on very well. Everything was good. System of play was very, very perfect. Mistake number one that Hansi Flick made was to substitute Gavi. Of course, Gavi came out from injury. We know Gavi is not capable of playing 90 minutes. We know Gavi picked up a yellow card. We know, but substituting Gavi was not a good idea because Gavi was the player at the midfield that was ensuring that the counter attack from Athletico de Madrid don't go through. Okay, he stopped a lot of counter attacks. Gavi represented in the Barcelona team the same way Koke was in the Athletico Madrid team. If you look at it very well, all the dirty job in the Athletico Madrid team was done by Koke. And the same thing Gavi was doing in our team. Gavi was doing all the dirty job, he intercepted passes, he faisait les récupérations. Gavi did very, very well. When Gavi was substituted in that match, our midfield became very, very passive. Atletico Madrid could easily go through our midfield. For me, Gavi was never supposed to leave that match. He was supposed to go 90 minutes in that match. That's mistake number one for me. Mistake number two, substituting Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres was never and ever supposed to leave that game. Ferran Torres is the kind of player that he's very, very inconsistent. It means that he gives you good performances today, tomorrow he can't give that same performance. Hence, a day or when a player like Ferran Torres is in a very good day or in a very good form in a particular match, you don't substitute him, at least not that early. You allow him, he should at least, if he could finish the match, Ferran Torres can do 90 minutes. Ferran Torres was supposed to end that match. Okay, for me, Ferran Torres was never supposed to leave that pitch because when Gavi and Ferran Torres left, the pressing high up was very, very slow. We could not press high up. Gavi was doing a lot of pressing. We could not more press. Ferran Torres was doing the pivotal job, the number 9 that drops deep like Hurricane yesterday. There were times that Hurricane went and picked up the ball from the midfield and even from the defense. Okay, so Ferran Torres was doing that same job and he did it very well. The pivotal job, dropping deep, combining passes with midfielders and even defenders and even right backs and wingers. Ferran Torres did it very, very, very well. So Ferran Torres was never supposed to leave that match. Okay, he was never and ever supposed to leave that match. Error number 3, leaving Pedri on the pitch for too long. Hansi Flick. We know he loves Pedri. We know Pedri is the masterminder of that midfield. But when our player is doing bad in a particular match, we should be honest enough to say he was doing bad. Pedri was very, very I don't want to say very, very weak, but Pedri was not the Pedri that we used to see. Misplaced passes, lost control of so many balls. He didn't run to cover up so many times. Like I said in my post-match analysis, the goal we considered that Llorente picked up Griezmann, that was a loan, and Griezmann picked up Llorente's run. Okay, on the left wing, it was supposed to be Pedri. Pedri was supposed to cover that. Pedri was supposed to cover either Llorente or Griezmann, but Pedri was not there. Obviously, I can't blame him. He was tired because he played 90 minutes against Espanyol. So Pedri was supposed to leave that pitch early on Okay, I think by even halftime, Pedri was supposed to leave the pitch. Personally, that's what I think. Now, if Pedri was supposed to leave the pitch, Gavi wasn't supposed to leave, Ferran was not supposed to leave, then what was my preferred solution? I have two solutions. My first solution for that match was we could remove Pedri at halftime, we bring in Balde. Now, when we bring in Balde, Balde will play as a left back. Cancelo goes up. So we'll exploit Cancelo's attacking capacities and abilities. All of us, we know that. So we push Cancelo up. Then Balde plays as a left back so that Cancelo can play up. Then Gavi stays at the midfield. De Jong stays at the midfield. Then Femi Lopez, that was playing as a winger, comes at the midfield. For me, that was what I preferred. We could play perfectly like that, and Ferran Torres stays there. Okay, that was my solution number one. Solution number two, we could bring in, we could take Pedri out, bring in Balde, then we take Femi Lopez out and bring in Wunibaji. Yes, we bring in Wunibaji. How were we supposed to play? Still, Balde plays as a left back, Cancelo plays as a winger. Okay, Ferran Torres plays as a 9. Lamine Yamal will drift inside and play as a number 10. So we'll play with Lamine Yamal, Dani Olmo, and Gavi at the midfield. Then Wunibaji plays as a right winger. At times we say Pep Guardiola is mad for sometimes playing 90 minutes without a single change. It's not all changes in certain matches that has to be done. At times when you have your best 11, maximize them. Not all changes is actually a change. For me, we could go all out. Hansi Flick got scared. We could go all out in that match. Okay, it's true. Gavi already had a yellow, so we were scared that he should not have a red. But at the end of the day, we removed Gavi and still had a red. So what was the essence of removing Gavi? We could just tell him to, he already has a yellow, he should be more careful and all that. Militao and Rudiger in the Real Madrid squad finished 90 minutes yesterday with 1 yellow card each. Did they finally have a red? No. Okay, so we just had to tell Gavi what to do because the absence of Gavi at that midfield scandalized the whole team balance and everything. Red card didn't really affect us that much because we were still dominating Atletico even with our red card. What penalized us was the absence of Gavi and Ferran Torres. So those were the mistakes and those are the preferred solution. Now for my preferred XI, my best XI combined. Goalkeeping position, I'll go with Musso. Yes, I will not take Joan Garcia as my best goalkeeper for both teams. Why? Joan Garcia didn't have much to do. Personally, he didn't have much to do. Apart from the one save that he did during the game, Joan Garcia didn't have much to do. Musso was called upon so many times. Musso saved Athletico de Madrid. Ferran Torres should have had 4 goals on that day. Musso saved 2. And there's even a first chance that Lamine Yamal also had. I think it was before the 2nd minute of play. Okay, that Lamine Yamal tipped it up and Musso removed it. So for me, goalkeeper of the match, both teams combined, I'll go with Musso. As right back, obviously I'll take Koundé. He was solid. He played very well. He actually gave Ademola Lookman a hard time, even though Lookman succeeded in getting him on once, but Koundé had a nice game. 2 center defenders, I will go with Lenormand and Gerard Martin. Yes, I will not take Lenglet. Lenglet made 2 mistakes that costed Atletico Madrid 2 goals. And I'll not take Eric Garcia, he had a red card. So I'll go with Gerard Martin. It's funny, right? Gerard Martin played both legs without having a single, even a yellow card. I'm not sure he had a yellow card. So 2 center defenders, I'll go with Lenormand and Gerard Martin. As left back, I'll go with Joao Cancelo, obviously. He played very, very well. He tried. At the midfield position, I'll go with Gavi and Llorente. So Gavi and Llorente will play the double pivot. Llorente was very good, very, very good, excellent. So I'll go with Gavi and Llorente. Then at the number 10 position, I'll go with Antoine Griezmann. What a game Griezmann had. Griezmann had one hell of a game. Okay, I'll go with Antoine Griezmann. Right winger, I'll go with Lamine Yamal, obviously. Left winger, I'll go with Ademola Lookman. He played very well. Number 9, I'll go with Ferran Torres. So that's my preferred XI. As substitutes, I'll go with Julian Alvarez as my substitute, Dani Olmo as my substitute, Fermin Lopez as my substitute. I think, and maybe Juan Garcia as my substitute. So to me, that's my preferred XI for both teams combined. And those were the mistakes that I think Hansi Flick made that costed us that particular game and our qualifications for the semi-finals of the Champions League. Okay, guys, we come to the end of this video. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next one. Peace. Peace, Cabasa. Peace, Catalonia.